Hello everybody. Pascal Boursier, Product Marketing for Sage ERP X3. Welcome to our partners. So I will conduct this web session about the new mobility feature of Sage ERP X3 with Xavier Basto, my colleague. Hello Xavier. Are you there, Xavier? I hope so.
Yes. So, hello to you and hello to everybody.
Okay, thank you, Xavier. I would like to remind you that you can use the chat during the web session as we have muted your phones, and we will address your questions at the end of the web session. For this brief, we'll talk about the key trend of the market. We will share the experience of one of our customers. We will explain the main content of this feature, and a demo will be done by Xavier. And we will conclude with the major benefits, and we'll give you information about the installation process. Mobile application allows employees to improve the quality of the service they provide to customers by giving them access to relevant information whilst in the field. As you can see on this slide, by 2015, 50% of business applications will be used via mobile devices. Mobile application is the right way for customers to make more business faster. Let's share the experience of this Portuguese customer, Novaros, a rice producer. For your information, we are going to deliver a full business case regarding Novaros in the next weeks. So they say that with Sage Sales app, sales representatives gained autonomy. Every time they go to a meeting with customers, they have the latest customer information. So to summarize this experience, there are like three topics. First topic is the autonomy of the sales, of course. The second one is the real-time information. And the last one is the fact that the feature is easy to use and easy to learn. So now let's have a look at the content of this feature. So first, I would like to share with you the fact that this feature is only available on iPad. The feature is delivered with preset elements and is based on web services. So customization is not possible. The second thing is the content of this feature. So the content is, you will see that you can have an access KPI in real time, product catalog access on stock, and the main transactions are quotes, sales orders, invoices, cash payments, and they are just part of the features available, and Xavier is going to demonstrate that. Another information which is very important is online and offline mode. So salespeople can use their iPad even in offline mode. And the last information I would like to share with you is the multi-languages. So this feature is available in French, English, Spanish, Portuguese, and Polish. So I think that this is a great opportunity to expand the ERP usage in customer organization and also to support the business of our customers with field-based staff. So now let's have a look at the demo. So Xavier, are you ready for the demo?
I'll do my best, Pascal. I'll do my best.
I'm sure, Xavier, I'm sure.
Okay, so hello everyone. This is the main screen of the app. So when you just click on the app, this is what you see. And this app is designed for the mindset of a salesperson as we understand it. So the first thing that a salesperson usually is interested is what are his last orders, what are the most important customers, what are the most important products, what are the engagements for the day. So that's what we see over here. The first thing that the salesperson sees is that on the right top of the screen, it sees the top 5 customers, the top 5 products, the appointments that it has for today and for tomorrow. And here the person sees the last orders that he has received. Now furthermore, in the bottom, that person sees how the sales has evolved in the past month from his perspective, meaning his sales as a sales rep. And this is linked to the sales rep in Sage ERP X3. As Pascal said earlier, this app communicates with Sage ERP X3 through the web services. So the first thing that we must keep in mind is that we are reading real data information in Sage ERP X3, and when we are creating a new order or we are updating the existing ones, we are writing this immediately in Sage ERP X3 because it is done online through the web services. Also, we must keep in mind that if we don't want to work online, we can click offline, and then if we are in offline, then later on we'll update the information on Sage ERP X3. But if we are online, as I am now, if we are online, this is reading real-time information in Sage ERP X3. So like I said, the first thing that a salesperson is going to see is how are the sales going on, and then it's going to see with a little bit more detail, more sales analysis for its own position as a salesperson. And we're going to see the detail of the sales analysis for several years. I can see the sales for 2013, eventually the sales, if I'm in the company longer, for 2012. So I can see what is my best month, my worst month, total sales, and so on. So the first thing is that I, as a salesperson, have an analysis of how my business is evolving. And this is rather interesting because I see how I'm doing. If I were on Sage, I would see if I'm going to Monza this year based on my sales. So this is the first thing that as a salesperson one sees in the app. I want to draw your attention to the symbol here. This symbol means that you can send an email, and you can send an email with the information that you have on screen. Like if I click here, I will send an email to anyone I want with my sales analysis, let's say to my boss or to someone else showing this information, and we'll see that we're going to have this symbol in all other screens, so I can also send emails on orders, I can send emails on cash payments, so on and so forth. So having seen this information, the salesperson now looks into his daily operations. He says, these are my most important customers. These are the customers that I'm going to see immediately. So I'll have a meeting with this customer. So I click there and I'm going to see the detail. And I'm going to see the detail of the meetings that I have scheduled. So if I want to see the detail of this meeting, I click here and I see the details of the meeting, and I can go on and see all this information. So I see the meeting, what time is the meeting going to be, etc., etc. And then I go to my master screen of customers and see more information about the customer that I'm going to visit. And this is the second screen that I'm going to work with. I'm going to see all the relevant information about this customer. The first thing that I see is that where the customer is headquartered. The second thing that I see is all sales information, payment terms, credit limits, and open balance, the category of the customer, the website, so on and so forth. I could, if I have the website, click here and see the website. And then where geographically it's placed it's positioned my customer, so I can plan the visit. And then I go on and see more information about the customers. Let's say I can see the different addresses. that I have for this customer. I'll see the different addresses, see the information where the address is, where the customer is, more details about the information, and so on and so forth. Other things that I can do is that obviously I can change customers, and I see here all the possible customers that I'm interested in, keeping in mind that I only see the customers and I only see the information that is important to me as a sales rep. The app, through the web services, uses the same kind of filters than one is used to in Sage ERP X3. Going back again, I just changed my customer. What else do I see? I see all other matters of information. That if I'm going to prepare myself to a meeting with the customers, I also want to see information such as the sales that I have seen with this customer, and I see the evolution of the sales graphically for different years. And I can see, as usual, I can change the format of my graphs. So I go on and see the information evolution of sales on the previous years. I can also see other information such as more detailed sales analysis, more detailed statistics on this, such as the evolution of the sales per month, what are the top families that I have sold to this customer, the top items that I have sold, this is the top item sold that I have sold to this customer. And like I have already explained, you have here the icon that allows you to send an email. So imagine that you're talking to a customer and you're saying something about the evolution of the sales. If the customer has a doubt, you can immediately click there, like I'm going to do now. And like I said, send an email to this customer with this information. What else do you see on the customer? You have seen the open orders that you have seen the open orders, the open payments that he owes you, the open invoices in the accounting. So those are all the documents that this customer owes you. You go click there and you ask the customer, why didn't you pay this that you should have paid me on November? So it's armed with all this information that you are prepared to go on and see your customer. When you go and visit the customer, what else information do you going to have with you? We have already seen the sales statistics. You have already seen all this kind of information. There are also another interesting information that you can take with you, which is the evolution of the buying comportment of the buying behavior of your customer. You see the items that this customer is now buying has increased in the past year of 100% of this item and 100% of this other item. This will also allow you to visit your customer and discuss with this customer how his own business is doing and how you can help your customer with all this kind of information. So now you're finally well prepared to go and start your meeting. And what is going to happen in this meeting is that the customer is going to ask you how are the orders that you have early placed to you. So you can click here and see how are all the orders that the customer has made to you. Over here you see the different orders that this customer has put to you, and you see where the address is on, if the order is already sold, if it's not delivered, not delivered, invoiced, not invoiced, and so on and so forth. So you go on and see all these orders that you have put into the customer. You can also see orders, you can see quotes, and you see something that is also very important for us is that the way the app works, it's always the same. Either you are in orders, you are in quotes, you always have the same look and feel of this application. Now, if you're looking specifically into this quote, for instance, you can change something. You can say, I want to change here the quantity. And the system just made the change. You click on Save here. and the quote is changed. So this will allow you to change a quote, change an order, change all matter of information that is live on the system. And this is automatically updated on Sage ERP X3. Now you are looking into this order, this quote, and the customer say, by the way, I just want to create, I'm just going to put this as an order. So you simply click this. If you approve, the customer approves the order, you simply click there. And the system is going to create an order based on this quote. So you see here the order, the new order that you are create. You click there on buy, and you make a new order. This simply just creates a new order based on a quote. Notice that immediately, because I'm working online, the app returns you the number of the order in Sage ERP X3, because this is being immediately updated on your ERP system. Now let's go to the new order product, the new order screen. In this screen, you see the items that you are working with. You have the possibility to see this with a photo or without the photo, and you have the possibility to see prices and so on. So let's say that your customer now is interested in this hydro disc. You click there. You see all item details. You see the photo of the item. You also see how many units you have in inventory, and this will allow you to be sure that you're not selling something that you don't have in inventory, and you just define the quantity, and automatically the price and the calculation of the cost appears. Now, I will call your attention to the fact that the app through the web service is using price lists from Sage ERP X3. So things as discounts, price quantities, and so on and so forth are taken into consideration through the use of price lists in Sage ERP X3. And when you finally agree on something, you just click and you add to the cart, and your shopping cart now shows you the quantity over there. I'm just going to create this. So, and you can go on and just add more items like the mountain bike over here. Once again, I'm going to add this, and I can go on graphically adding more and more lines. So in the end, I'll go to my shopping cart, and I can transform everything that I have there. I can transform this through the buy, either in a new order or in an offer, a new order, a quote, or an invoice. And this is very important because this allows the user to use precisely the same screen, and only in the end he has to choose if it's an order, or if it's a quote, or if it's a direct invoice, and the system will take automatically care of this, making it easier for the user to select what he wants. Right now what I'll do is that I will create a new order. And once again, I have the return number from Sage ERP X3 that shows me the order number that has been created. Now, going back to the main menu, I've seen I can either create orders or to create quotes, it's the same thing, and I can go on and show you how to create invoices, but it's precisely the same thing. So it just shows you that you have all matters of information for all kinds of information, and you can create new ones, you can delete an existing invoice, you can delete an existing order, you can delete an existing quote. Those are the main functionalities that you're going to use from the commercial side. There are, however, two more interesting functionalities that I think it's relevant for us to show. The first is cash receipts. Cash receipts allows a salesperson or whoever uses this to collect cash and collect payments from an order. Let's imagine from a customer. Let's imagine that your customer has a credit problem. He is over the credit limit that you have given to the customer. This will allow you at a given point that you just receive the cash from the customer, produce the cash payment, and like this reduce the credit limit and place another order. You simply click on the invoices that are being paid. If you want, you can change for making a partial payment, like I'm doing here, changing for do a partial payment. Now I have only paid 56 euros in this, and like this I have created a partial payment. If I click there on save, the system will automatically create the partial payment in Sage ERP X3, and once again the web service returns me the number. So this is one of the functionalities that can also be interesting. Two other functionalities that are also interesting is the possibilities that you have, and I have neglected to mention this earlier, when you are talking about customers, you can also prepare new meetings in the customer and say, let me create a new meeting and say, I will be in this customer the day after tomorrow, and I'll be there for 2 hours. And if I do this, the system will create immediately the appointment and the meeting in Sage ERP X3. If you have this connected to Outlook, it will also create it in Outlook, but will also create in your iPad an alert, and you will be alerted by the iPad itself that the meeting is to happen soon. And finally, and the new meeting is created. Finally, another functionality that you have, which is also interesting, is that you can also create new leads in Sage ERP X3. You can go on, imagine that you have just seen an interesting lead, and you can create a new lead and say, I'm having identified this new lead, and this is going to be created very simply in Sage ERP X3 as a new lead. And if you create this as a new lead, then it has the management that you do to your lead in Sage ERP X3, you promote it to a prospect or a customer or whatever, or add this new lead to a customer. But this is the one possibility that you have to create new leads, which also a business that some people, salespeople, feel the need to immediately communicate the lead to headquarters. And finally, I have been showing the system working on the online mode, communicating directly with Sage ERP X3, but I also have the possibility to work offline. I have said this, and Pascal has shown this as one of the main features of the system. If you work offline, then you have a series of synchronization features to synchronize the information from the app to the ERP system and from the ERP system to the app. This could be interesting if you want to reduce your communication costs, or let's say that you're going to a prospect or to a customer that is not in an area where you have a good coverage from your for your iPad. You don't have a good 3G coverage, so you can download the information, store the information in your iPad, then go to the customers, make your orders, make your changes, and when you go back, let's say home, or a place where I have this coverage of the 3G cell phone, and then communicate it back to Sage ERP X3. And Pascal, those are the most important features that I want to show it of the app this afternoon, and then we'll leave room for more clarifications during the Q&A part.
Okay, thank you, Xavier. So we're going to continue with some slides before the Q&A session. So I would like to share with our partners some information about the installation process. So the main principles finally are, first, you understood that you have to download the app from Apple Store, but it will not work like that. Of course, there is a dedicated patch to integrate into Sage ERP X3. And then you will have to set up the connection, and then you can use the feature. So what is key today is to get the right information when I need it and to make more business faster. So major benefits of these features are, so improve efficiency in sales by reducing communication errors or the need to go to the office. The second one is to provide frontline users with mobile information to make smarter decisions. Another one is to extend and expand usage of ERP in the customer organization. Provide timely information to enable critical decision-making for your employees. And of course, be able to do business anywhere, anytime. So I would like to share other information with you. So first, I would like you to contact your Sage local product manager in order to get more detail on this feature. That is very important. So I can share with you the fact that regarding the training, as this feature is very simple, we decided to provide a video explaining the content of the features. So the video is targeting, I would say, your consultant, but also can be used by the customer. So on top of this, we will deliver a technical guide more dedicated to a consultant. Regarding sales, so we are going to deliver, we will deliver, so in the next weeks, a new pricing. And regarding collaterals, you will be able to download a PowerPoint presentation, a flyer, and a video in English, of course. And these collaterals will be available on our partner portal. So don't hesitate to have an access on the to get an access on the partner portal. So I would like to repeat that you should contact your Sage local product manager or sales manager, and in order to get more detail on the availability in your country of this feature. So the web session is finished. Thank you for your attention. Thank you, Xavier, for the demo. We are going to start